How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. I think there's a possibility that we're about to be screwed. Biden specifically, this is not political. It's just something that he said that he will do. Said that he will veto and go against the will of the people. Something that is going to hit his desk very soon. We actually just got a vote from the House and Senate to eliminate a stupid new SEC rule. And yet Biden said he's going to veto it. So let's take a look at that. Also, I want to go over some of the numbers. The 13F filings stopped yesterday, and we have some of the numbers coming in. Everything is compiled into one place to see how many people actually bought. And I just got Wolf of Wall Streeted. I was going to get some food, and someone called me and gave me a Wolf of Wall Street pitch. 25% returns and such. I'll get into that a little bit further in the video. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this. There's also going to be a link to Margex underneath the video in case you want to trade cryptocurrencies using leverage, and to Blowfin as well in case you want to try out spot trading or futures trading over there. We're also working on airdrops for both of these exchanges here. So definitely check these out. Go get an account, get ready, because we are going to do some trading competitions. Okay, so let's look at this. Funding rate is negative right now. Okay, what does that mean? Typically, that means that people are bearish on the market, right? If the funding rate goes negative, there are more shorts than longs. So people are saying, hey, yeah, we did go back up to about this level. Maybe we'll do a double top and come back down. Interesting. Some short positions being loaded up. And we know a lot of shorts are going to get liquidated too if we go up to about 67,300. So maybe we'll have another big move. Typically when people go too short, it breaks them. We move to the upside. But let's move on. U.S. House and Senate vote to eliminate the stupid SEC rule change SAB 121. In other words, the people of America vote for Bitcoin and crypto to be allowed to be custodianed by U.S. banks. So it's just some way of the SEC trying to put restrictions, making it more difficult for banks to custody Bitcoin. So there are other financial institutions that can do it, but it just kind of it eliminates some of the competition, which is, it is weird, right? Typically, the big banks can do whatever they want, it seems like. But, a lot of people say, hey, we want the banks to be able to hold our assets. We'd rather go with someone that's constantly reviewed, safer than maybe crypto alternatives, right? So we'd love to be able to go to our U.S. bank or to, JP Morgan and just say, hey, yeah, transfer $50 out of my checking account or my savings account, put it over into Bitcoin, or just do it online, right? So this passed by 2/3 majority. Now the fun starts. This goes to the president's desk for signature to make it a law, but he's already said he will veto it. And in other words, the president of the USA has said that he will overturn the will of the people. To overturn this decision, it will require the House and Senate for a 2/3 majority vote. The drama continues. Why on God's earth can't U.S. banks protect the asset of Americans? Is that not what the banks are for? If not, what are they here for? If an American chooses to own a digital asset in self-custody, it is a First Amendment right. If they choose to custody it with a bank, that's the bank's right. None of this has anything to do with the SEC. The fight has begun. This is the pathway to a full crypto adoption and the monetization of the boomer debt. So, yeah, this is interesting. It says the end game is near. Americans are fighting back against the globalist agendas seeping through the political establishment. So we're going to get this news pretty soon here. It'll be interesting to see what Biden does. But, yeah, if he shoots this down, we're going to have a revote. And it will be close. We'll see what happens here. But yeah, maybe we're about to get screwed. Let's see. Also, who's not getting screwed? The 937 financial firms that disclose spot Bitcoin ETF holdings in Q1. They're going to do quite well. This is crazy. Gold ETFs had just 1/10 of this. 95 firms invested in the first quarter. So Bitcoin ETFs are getting an insane amount of demand. So 937 financial firms disclosed about ETFs. Apparently, there are 414 institutional holders. Most successful ETF launch ever. BTC ETFs destroyed expectation. Q113 disclosures, 13F disclosures are just the tip of the iceberg. You can see here how many people invested or how many institutions invested in each of them. So ARKB, IBIT, FBTC, and BITB were the big winners. So yeah, this has been a great quarter. And keep in mind, this is the catalyst, like at least for the next few years. Every single quarter we'll get more news about who was buying, right? Maybe there's some splashy names. Maybe there's some people that are trying to protect the knowledge that they're buying, right? They're like, for example, Warren Buffett was able to protect some of his buys recently, and it just came out what he was buying. But maybe some people do that. Maybe they don't want to disclose that they're buying Bitcoin. We'll see what happens. But this is pretty crazy, right? This is good news. Now, we also had someone that works over, I think this is Bitwise. Yeah, Bitwise. This person, a researcher, met with a $500 billion US private bank to discuss investing in Bitcoin. The most urgent question the CIO had were, clients are asking about Bitcoin more than ever, and our advisors don't have good answers. How can you help us educate our advisors quickly? Keep in mind that this is going to continue to happen. Like, there are people that want to invest, but they just can't through their financial institutions yet because they can't answer the questions for them. Right? Maybe it's tax questions, maybe it's strategy questions, maybe it's, hey, should I buy now? You know, I've heard that we're going to go up. Who knows? But this is still going to happen, and unless they can really explain this, unless the financial institution actually knows about Bitcoin, it's going to be hard to get these people to buy in. So keep in mind, that's going to take some time, and that is another bullish thing. Like, it's going to take time. Not all the capital was unlocked. These 937 institutions, this is not the end of it. So keep that in mind. A lot of these too, I'm sure, have to build up larger allocations. They don't do this. They don't just go buy everything they want in day one or week one or month one. It takes time to dollar cost average in. And if people are still trying to figure out how to sell this, I guarantee you, once they understand the potential here, they will go crazy trying to sell these products. I just got a call. This kind of has to do with that. I got a call from someone when I was getting some food, and usually I don't pick up calls, but I was expecting a call from a number that I wouldn't recognize. So I picked it up, and it was someone saying that they just needed 2 minutes of my time and an open ear. I said, okay. And the person goes on to tell me that he's based on Wall Street, right? That he works with this investing firm. They have an asset, they have a bond that's going to give 25% yield. It has some of the best assets in the world that they own. The underlying company owns a Major League Baseball team, a beloved baseball team, F1 team as well. They have great cash flows, right? They're this great company, and that they will give me 25% yield. Oh, and they're giving me a discount on the price. It's only 60% of what normally is. 60 cents on the dollar is the price. And the only problem is that they don't have enough that they can give away. They don't have enough that they can sell. So he's called some of their top clients, and now he's calling me. I've never talked to this person before. He said he could give me $80,000 here today at a discount of 40%. Okay, so I won't go into what I said after that, but I played with him a little bit. I wanted to hear the pitch because I've never heard this, right? I've never actually heard a Wolf of Wall Streeter calling me. And he sounded like he was actually based out of the U.S. Now, who knows, right? You could be based out anywhere. It was a New York phone number. Who knows where they're actually at? But it was interesting. And it made me think, okay, obviously this is a scam, right? It's a scam. They're making percentages off me, and then it's probably going to go to zero, right? Or maybe they make more off me. I don't know. But it's a scam. It will go down to zero most likely. But I thought, okay, there are more and more scams like this all the time. And if people are actually making money peddling this stuff, right? Some of it is because they're stealing. Some of it is because maybe they don't have anything better to sell. I don't know. But if people can sell this kind of crap, the actually the actual good advisors can definitely sell Bitcoin, right? Like, think about that. They're getting people to give them $80,000. It doesn't sound too good to be true or anything like that. If they can peddle some people on that kind of stuff, well, Bitcoin sounds awesome, right? Bitcoin can compete with those kinds of returns, and it's not a scam. So once the big private banks, once the big financial institutions understand how to sell this thing, they're going to sell the crap out of it. It's the best performing asset of the last 10 years, 5 years, 15 years. It is the largest asset that you can buy that will grow this much, right? I mean, unless you're buying one of the top 5 or top 6 companies, there's nothing with this market cap. So it's a little bit safer in a lot of people's minds, right? You can go dump a couple $1 billion into it and it's not going to shoot up the price like some small stock or a meme coin or a meme stock, right? So there's size to it, there's stability to it, there's decentralization to it. There are now 900 something institutions that have money in it as well. So the risk has definitely gone down even over the last year, and it can perform very well, better than just about any other asset out there. So yeah, there are going to be people that peddle the crap out of this. Keep in mind, let's say some institution goes and puts 10% of their portfolio in a Bitcoin ETF. And I know that's high, right? Just stay with me here. Some are putting in more than that, 20 to 30%. Some have made the Bitcoin ETFs their largest allocation, yeah. But let's say someone goes and puts 10% in that, right? Let's say that they charge a 2% fee. It sounds high, but some institutions do that. Okay, they go put 10% in there. Bitcoin goes and triples. Not crazy, right? 200K, maybe a little bit short 200K. They get an increase on their AUM of 20% just from that Bitcoin holding. And maybe you want to go and say maybe it just goes up 100%. Okay, whatever. It goes up 10% then. So they make 10% just from their Bitcoin holding. Maybe they make something from somewhere else, right? The rest of their portfolio makes 10%, right? They double the normal rate of return. They get more fees. They get better returns, which means more people will invest through them. And then other people want to catch up and they invest in Bitcoin ETFs too, right? And then we get more and more people investing in Bitcoin until the eventual top, right? Until we see a cool off in a bear market, most likely. But there's going to be a lot of FOMO. There's going to be a lot of competition for returns. And people that invest in the Bitcoin ETFs right when they came public, the first day or two, they're already up. They're already up 50%. So yeah, there's probably some FOMO already setting in, but it's only going to get worse. And like I said, they're going to be able to sell this. They're going to feel FOMO to get people into these Bitcoin ETFs because they're going to get a ton of AUM if they play these Bitcoin ETFs right, if they get people into them early enough, and their fees are going to go up significantly too. Let me know your thoughts though underneath the video. Let me know. Do you think Biden is going to veto this? Do you think he's going to screw us? Is he in bed with Gary Gensler? Ooh, that is an ugly sight to think about. I don't even want to think about that. But yeah, is he with Gary Gensler, right? Are they plotting something, right? Let me know down below in the comments section. You can check out the links to Blowfin and to Margex underneath the video. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next one.